Welcome to Bias Bites, a bi-weekly multi-fandom K-pop podcast. I'm Megan, here with Morgan and Tracy, and today we're diving into what's been happening in K-pop.
Please feel free to let us know your thoughts on anything we speak about today. Just send us a DM on Instagram at BiasBitesPod.
Thanks for tuning into our first episode. Today we'll be talking about Cortis, ATEEZ, MODYSSEY, BTS, and more of your favorite idols.
Before we get into what's been happening lately in the world of K-pop, let's go over what we've been up to lately. So, Tracy, tell us, what has grabbed your attention K-pop-wise?
This week I'm all about Cortis. Their music's just given me life lately. They did team up recently this past weekend with the NBA. I'll talk more about that later. They also have a new song featured in this new animated movie, GOAT. It came out on the 13th. It's also basketball themed. I don't love sports and I'm not super into basketball, but I do love movies and I'm really loving Cortis lately. So I have definite plans to go see it. Hopefully I can drag you guys along with me. What about you guys? What have you all been up to lately?
Well, I have fallen down the K-pop reactor rabbit hole lately on YouTube. I've been watching channels like Jordan Orm, who is an editor, and deep dives into the editing that goes into K-pop music videos. It's actually really fascinating to hear him talk about all of the editing tricks that happen in one music video. You'd be surprised of the tricks that go into K-pop music videos. It's crazy. And then there are these amazing vocal coaches, Chris Lipe, Jennifer Glatzhofer, and Rock Reacts. These three are some of my favorite vocal coaches that talk about idols' voices and techniques. Definitely check them out if you haven't. They've done all of the bands and idols that we've listened to. Highly, highly recommend. Lastly, I've been obsessed with It's Andy and Jazz. They react to music videos and content and break down a lot of the Korean lyrics, giving their interpretation of what the lyrics mean in relation to the songs and the music videos. Again, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend all of these channels. Morgan, tell us what you've been up to lately.
I am definitely going to have to check out some of those reaction channels. They're always so much fun. MODYSSEY has been really busy lately. They recently started airing their membership training show, As We Are, and the first couple episodes have been super fun to watch. It's super chaotic, bonding content. Episode 2 in particular was very adorable. The members cooked a huge birthday feast for the maknae, Fan Ziyi. He turned 20, so happy birthday. And they were in like one tiny kitchen, so it was funny to see them all cook together. And on Valentine's Day this year, they announced their fandom name, Modu, so I think that's really cute. And I love that the anniversary falls on Valentine's Day. I really have a feeling that they're going to announce their debut soon, so I'm super excited.
I want to say that Lizzie Howe is currently my bias for MODYSSEY, but he was stressing me out picking at all the food, and I feel like he didn't really help with prep. I was so agitated. Oh my
There
God.
has to be a mood maker. I think he did really good at that.
The karaoke was fantastic. I'll give it 10 out of 10.
I definitely recommend to watch if you haven't watched yet.
Well, it's something I'll have to add to my list of things to watch now.
Should we go over some of the new releases that have come out in February so far?
Absolutely.
All right. So starting back at the beginning of the month, it was the final OT9 Zero Base 1 album. It's a mini 3-track album, Reflow. The title track is Lovepocalypse. It was definitely a sweet song from Zero Base 1. And Sungmin from Super Junior also put out a single that day, Unlimit. Misamo, Twice's Japanese subunit, put out the album Play. The title track, Confetti, the video was pre-released in January, but the full album dropped on the 4th. So, I love Twice. We're about to see them, so that's really exciting. And I really enjoyed this release from the Japanese subunit. Then a couple days later, ATEEZ released Golden Hour Part 4. The title track for Golden Hour Part 4 was Adrenaline. As always, they didn't disappoint. This is not going to be the last time we talk about ATEEZ in this episode. The same day, we also had Growing Pains, a single dropped by Monsta X, and a collab between Jennie from Blackpink and Tame Impala with their single and music video for Dracula. Then recently, I've put out a pre-release for their full album that's coming out on February 23rd, their single Bang Bang. They did a music video that was super fun. It's like Western themed, so that's definitely a trend that's not ready to die in K-pop. And it has been fun. And Chungha came out with her single Save Me, and Stacy put out a full Japanese album, Stay Alive. The title track for that was Moi. Super cute. On February 11th, TOS put out the Korean version of Nice to See You Again. It's always so fun to listen to TOS releases. They're so peppy and refreshing. On Valentine's Day 2026, it's not new music, but Enhypen dropped 3 back-to-back music videos for their B-sides, Big Girls Don't Cry, Stealer, and No Way Back. On 2/24, a new NCT subunit, JNJM, which is Jeno and Jaemin, are coming out with their first release of Both Sides. So hopefully this isn't the last time we see a NCT subunit duo. I think it's really like a fun trend that's been happening. On 2/25, it's not a music release, but BTS is going to be releasing tickets for the in-theater live streaming of Arirang in Goyang and in Tokyo. So that is going to be on 4/11, the Arirang in Goyang. It's at 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time, which is 6 a.m. here. And then the next weekend, the Tokyo date is also going to be live streamed in cinemas. It's at 7 p.m. Japanese Standard Time, which is also 6 a.m. here or 3 a.m. Pacific Standard. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see BTS.
I'm so excited that BTS is back. We're almost there. Almost there.
It's so close. It's only like a month away.
I feel like Stays, Engines, and Army are really keeping the movie theaters open this next year. There's so much coming out K-pop related for actual theaters. I think it's wonderful.
I know that BTS did it's a live stream of the concert in theaters. I think they did it for Permission to Dance, but I just think it's so crazy. Like we could go at 6 a.m. to AMC to watch a concert with other ARMY. That would be so fun.
I would live in a movie theater if I could. So if anybody wants to actually do that, I would wake up early and do that.
I mean, I honestly regret not going back and seeing Dominate in theaters 100 times. So
It's a movie date. That would be fun.
we love movie dates. Now, getting into the latest K-pop news. We start with ATEEZ. They just released Golden Hour Part 4, their first release since renewing their contracts with KQ. And Golden Hour Part 4, title track Adrenaline, is winning big. They have just completed the Grand Slam of Music show wins. They won on February 11th, Show Champion. On February 13th, Music Bank. On February 14th, Music Core. And then on February 15th, Inkigayo. And the best news about this Grand Slam is that this is their first Inkigayo and Music Core wins, which is fantastic for them and couldn't have happened with a better title track. So, Golden Hour Part 4 also debuted number 3 on the Billboard Top 200 chart. It's their 7th top 10 entry onto the charts. They also now tie Stray Kids and BTS for the most top 10 albums for a Korean act on the Billboard 200 in its history, with 8 total. So I'm so thrilled for them to be up there with the likes of Stray Kids and BTS for this. They deserve it. The album also debuted at number 1 on the Billboard's top album sale chart, which means it was the best-selling album of the week that it launched, in the United States. It's so great to finally see ATEEZ getting the recognition that they deserve. They've worked so hard for it. I am so proud of them. So now I have to ask both of you, have you listened to Golden Hour Part 4 yet? And if you have, what would you say is your favorite track on the album?
I listened as soon as I could the day it came out. I love ATEEZ. My favorite track is Ghost. Actually, I feel like they started the album with a bang, and I just feel like it sounds so quintessentially ATEEZ. What about you, Tracy?
Actually really enjoyed Adrenaline. I thought it was super fun. I know I've been seeing memes how people were getting Sunghooned on Instagram. They have them now where he's in the video for Adrenaline, he's like on the flying car like in the sky. And I've been seeing like similar videos and I think that's hysterical. But I also like NASA and the Meatball line I think is hysterical. So that's a fun one for me. Anything food related. Maybe we can tap that into our playlist for the food
The
songs.
food playlist.
Yeah.
I'll link it in our description in case anyone wants to listen to our food playlist.
So I have two songs that are currently stuck in my head off this album, which is hysterical considering it's a 5-song album. I keep bouncing between Ghost and On the Road. Both bangers. Jungho's vocals on this entire album just blow me away. Actually, all 8 of them vocals on this entire album just blow me away. And I find myself lately listening to ATEEZ Ghost and then going straight into Stray Kids Ghost. And I don't know why I keep doing this, but just back-to-back Ghost listening has just been brain rot for me lately.
I love that. Ghost is definitely my favorite track, but I don't know if you saw I think it was Music Bank, the Music Bank encore, where all of the members serenaded Mingi at the end
Yes.
after their win.
Yep.
Oh my
Princess Mingi
gosh.
deserves it.
Took it so seriously. I think that was like my favorite thing to come out of this comeback, actually, just to see the smile on Mingy's face as everybody was singing to him. I thought it was so funny.
Princess Mingi, he gets what he wants, and he wanted to be serenaded, and they serenaded him.
It's so cute.
I adore it. I am thrilled for them, proud of them, and really hope that they come back to the US and play this album because I need to scream Adrenaline at the top of my lungs with 10,000 of my fellow A-Tini in the stands.
I really do hope they come back.
I'll keep an eye out for tickets.
Yay. Are we ready to get to BTS?
Always ready for BTS.
So, one of the things I wanted to talk about this week was BTS's new project, the What Is Your Love Song project. While Big Hit, they haven't formally explained the full purpose yet. It's definitely been a little bit of a cryptic promotion, but the way that they've rolled out the project so far makes it feel less like a traditional album teaser for their album coming out next month and a little bit more like a storytelling project or maybe a reflection project. Instead of kind of pointing everybody towards a new single or their comeback that's coming out in March, BTS seem to be asking which BTS song has defined your relationship with us. As a group, they have plenty of love songs, so it really does seem like it really makes sense. Like this project, it suits them, it fits them. It's just funny that it doesn't have like a clear promotional purpose. Spotify released a playlist with different love songs. They were silent tracks, so it added a little bit to the mystery of the whole campaign, but you could go and vote for your favorite love song, which was interesting. Not only did they get Spotify involved for this campaign, but also YouTube and Instagram so far. The Spotify playlist for What Is Your Love Song, it involved the songs Spring Day, Euphoria, DNA, Boy with Love, Butterfly, and Life Goes On. It might signal that this campaign is supposed to be more of like a nostalgic bridge into the next era instead of just being such a promotional event for Ari Rang that comes out next month. I think they're really trying to get fans to remember the emotional ties that they had to them prior to their military enlistment and set up like future releases centered around love, legacy, or just the bond between ARMY and BTS. One really fun aspect of the campaign kicked off on Valentine's Day, where they put up physical rose walls. So they were around in cities like Seoul, Tokyo, LA, and London, and you could go and pick a physical rose up off the wall. In New York City, we didn't get a rose wall, but we did get some interactive billboards. So you could go and take pictures. I saw that a lot of people posting with the billboards in Times Square. Each installation really invited the fans to engage with the question, what is your love song? For the rose walls, you could take a rose and reflect on the BTS song that means the most to you. It feels very intentional for BTS, who is entering their reunion era. What is Your Love Song seems less like a comeback teaser and more like a global fan reflection project, using the physical rose walls and curated songs to highlight the emotional connection between BTS and ARMY ahead of their next chapter, and I cannot wait to see what's next with BTS.
I have to ask, what is your BTS favorite love song?
I think for BTS and how I'm feeling lately, I am going to say Magic Shop. I am so excited to see them in the summer since we're going to see them in August, but I'm also looking forward to hopefully seeing the live stream concert. And I've just been feeling really nostalgic for BTS lately. What about you, Megan?
Boy, I find myself going back and listening to both Spring Day and bursting into tears immediately, and Boy with Love a lot.
The Halsey collab.
Yeah, the Halsey collab. It just gets stuck in your head all the time.
It is super fun.
It's like a nice dopamine boost.
100%. What about you, Tracy? What's the big news story that you've been wanting to share with us this week?
I was going to circle back to Cortis and their NBA crossover weekend, which I was super excited about. And again, I don't love basketball, but for the love of Cortis, I suffered through it a little bit. I found a really, really great live stream for what it was. I couldn't get any of the ESPN channels. So I found a live stream where I guess they had meta glasses. It was the only one I could find. Shout out to Maddie's on YouTube. I was stoked to be able to get it in real time. But of course, NBA, their Instagram page put it up the next morning. So I could have just waited for that, but it was worth it. So getting into it, they were in California last weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. They did a show on Thursday where they surprised everybody with their new song, YCC, Young Creator Crew. But they wrote this pre-debut. It's very Cortis coded, very goofy, just silly. There's some yodeling in there. I think it's great. Um, love that they're releasing it now and sticking to their goofy, just weird image. They remind me a lot of like my younger brothers, and I think that's really why I love them. They're just so weird. It's great. Have you guys listened to them at all, or?
I have listened to YCC. It is super catchy and very fun. And you're right. They are like weird in the way that I feel like Bang PD picks the hype boy groups to be weird. They are like so genuinely funny. I feel like the song suits them so well.
I'm excited. I know it's not actually released yet, but every day I'm like checking Spotify to see if it came out yet, if it's like able to just be added to my playlist because I just want to listen to it in full. But no, it's not. They just keep doing content on Instagram that they've been teasing all of us.
Do you know if it's going to be released on Spotify?
I believe it is part of their comeback coming up in April. So I am fingers crossed for that. I'm fighting and hoping. So I'll look out for that and hopefully, because that is something I would definitely get the comeback album for sure. But so it's actually cool. I don't know if you guys know, they've actually been the first ever K-pop artist to do a halftime show at like the NBA. It's an annual celebrity game. They do this every year. It's supposed to bring attention to the sport itself. They're trying to get more younger people involved. Not that sports are dying out, I think, but this was a really cool thing. They're actually like part of the Friends with NBA program. And what that does is kind of focuses on like the Asia Pacific area, and they're trying to, I guess, garner attention for like youth in that area. But they do it through like fashion and pop culture and music, and bringing Cortis on board was kind of like a big way to grab attention for that because they're so fresh and young, and I thought that was really cool.
I think that's really cool. It's fun. I feel like they're so tall too that it makes sense that they have an NBA collab.
Well, they even said they talked about how they do play basketball, but they're just, obviously they're not in sports. I can only imagine what a game like that would be. I kind of wish that Hybe would do like a field day and have like Cortis and TXT face off in sports because that would be the funniest thing I think I'd ever see in my life. Like a Hybe Olympics.
Definitely watch the Hybe Olympics if it happened.
So during the show, it sounded very much less like a basketball game than a K-pop show. People were screaming. The court was just full of like girls screaming. It was hysterical. You hear them on the live stream just like shrill and screaming all the words. It was great. But they also did during the courtside too. They sang happy birthday for Keanu. It was his 17th birthday, and so they had the mascot come out. They gave them like little freebies, little stuffies. Like it was super adorable.
So cute. And happy birthday. Is that the youngest member, right?
He is the maknae. He was 16, which is crazy. I can't believe how young some of these kids are. It's wild to me. It makes me
That
feel
is
so old.
so young.
I know. I'm like, I can't imagine doing that anything related like at that age, but kudos to them. I think it's great. But it's also cool. So this whole game, Glorilla performed. Glorilla played on one of the teams. She was actually on the winning team. I thought it's cool though because I know she's collaborated in the past with BTS, so she kind of has a little bit of like a tie into K-pop. So I wonder if she like watched their performance and what she thought about it too.
I loved the mashup. I think Glorilla is so fun too. Like her energy is so good. I feel like that's like a cool crossover for sure.
I just love hearing her actually speak though, like unrelated to this largely. She just has like a really cool, her dialect from like the area that she's from is very strange, but very cool.
Her accent is so good. Where's she from? Glorilla is from Memphis.
Tennessee, right?
Yeah. Her real name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods.
That is a name meant for stardom. There's no way that you're given that name and not doing something big in your life. That is crazy.
I love it.
So, drawing our first episode to a conclusion, we're super excited to hopefully have everyone joining us, and we're going to do a weekly rapid fire question. So, this week, we're going to ask if you were stuck in a zombie apocalypse, which idol would you want to have on your team? Which idol would you think would absolutely get eaten first? And which idol would you have no problem getting rid of if they sadly got bitten and turned?
Having no problem with someone getting turned into a zombie is crazy, first off. I don't know if I have
We're going to have so many fandoms after us for this.
I don't know if I have anyone who I would want to be turned into a zombie.
Not that you want them, but like if they got bit and you knew they got bit, you'd have to make a decision. It's you or them.
Oh, no.
I think would make the funniest zombie, which would be Kenny from Universe.
Oh my god,
Kenny.
Megan, who would you want to see turned into a zombie?
Oh, no, this is so hard. I love all of my idols. I would hate to see any of them become zombie. No, I love Han. You know I love Han. Han Ji-sung, I love you so much. But, oh God, if anybody thinking about Skiz, if anybody was to get turned into a zombie first, I feel like it would probably be Han. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Lino's coming at me with the air fryer for this, I know it.
Tracy, who would you turn into a zombie?
I wouldn't want them to be turned into a zombie, but
You asked the
I think
question.
I don't know that I wanted them to be, but if it came down to it, I think Haru from X-Love would be the most fierce zombie ever to exist.
Okay, fair.
No, I could see that.
I could see, for sure. Okay, so who's saving you from the zombie apocalypse?
I think Bumbu from TXT. He seems a little fearless. Him or Taehyun, and I think a zombie wouldn't stand a chance against them. Bumbu's too level-headed, I think.
Don't get my TXT bias killed.
No, I think he'd be totally fine. He can totally hold his own. I think he would be commanding the zombies by the end of it, to be totally honest with you. Who would you guys want to be on your team here?
Lino. Hands down. The man goes to the gun range for fun nowadays. He's posted videos on Bubble of him shooting a gun. Lee Minho, he's protecting me from the zombies. And then he'll probably put me in the air fryer for saying that Han would become a zombie. So, I guess you win some, you lose some. But yeah, Lino. He's number one on my team to protect me from the zombies.
I could definitely see that. I feel like he doesn't have fear, which is why I would choose Fuma from Team because that man is not afraid of anything and he's super strong. I feel like he could get us out of danger and not freak out or panic, which I feel like almost every other idol I can think of would start panicking.
I just imagine Kunin Kai. I wonder how that would go. Oh my god, shrieking. Subin would never, ever, ever make it. Yeonjun might dance his way out of it, but there would be panic.
So Kai's your pick for who's getting eaten first?
Out of the TXT members, yeah. I think he would just be a silly zombie, though. I think he'd come back laughing.
I think maybe Jungkook from BTS. I think he is just a silly, goofy guy, and I think maybe he'd try to get too close to a zombie and accidentally get turned.
I totally see that. And J-Hope would try to save everyone. He'd be the hope.
That's so cute.
I'm going to wrap up with a riddle for our first episode. And if anyone thinks they get the riddle, if anyone has suggestions on rapid fire or anything for next week's episode, anything you'd like us to discuss, feel free to reach out to us at hello@biasbitespod.com. But our riddle for this week, there's a door, and Subin can go through the door, but Bumgyu can't. Jungkook can go through the door, but RM can't.
Wait, okay. So we have a door. You have a door. And Subin can go through.
There is a door.
There is a door. Somewhere there's a door. And Subin and JK can go through the door. Neither of them holds the same position. Moving on. Bumgyu and RM can't go through the door.
That's correct. So Woo Young
Were they
can go through, but
Ooh.
San can't. I know we have an English major among us, and I thought she might be able to get this one.
Call me out like this. That's rude.
When are you giving the answer to this riddle, Tracy?
Next week.
Were they all born in 1997? Is that why they could go through the door?
Subin is not in 1990s.
Mm.
Wow.
So Lino can go through the door. Felix cannot.
Why are you making it that most of my biases cannot go through this door? Next, you're going to tell me Jake can't go through the door, or Sunghwa can't go through the door.
Sunghoon can, but Jake cannot. Jake cannot either.
Oh. Are you picking on my biases on purpose?
They better hope they don't encounter this door during the zombie apocalypse, because we're losing a lot of men here.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, including me, will find out the answer to this riddle next week.
This is going to haunt me for a week. This is going to haunt me.
During our twice episode next week, let's say. So it's only 1 week, right, Tracy?
Right. Correct.
Please don't forget the answer to the riddle.
So if you have an idea of what this riddle could be, you can go ahead and either drop it to us on Instagram or via email.
Let us know your dream team for a zombie apocalypse, or send in your ideas for the next episode's question at hello@biasbitespod.com.
Thanks for listening to Bias Bites. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a follow, rate and review the podcast, or follow us on social media. You can find us at Bias Bites Pod on Instagram.
You can catch us next week for a special bonus episode where we recap our concert experience at Twice's This Is 4 tour. You can listen here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube next Wednesday, and we really hope you tune in. That's all for this week. Has been
Bias
Bias Bites.
We tried.
It's the best we're getting.
See you all next week.